Hey guys, DVSGames here, welcome to another video. Now, in a lot of my videos, I feature a lot of 2A monsters, and in my opinion, Naomi is one of the best 2A monsters for PvE content. I use her in my Giants team, I used her in a lot of Rift Beast teams, and particularly that's what I built her for. So I'm going to make a guide on how to actually farm her up. Unfortunately, I don't have a Naomi that needs to be awakened. Currently, I do have this May that needs to be 2A'd. I'm just going to feed her into another skill up. Probably for Naomi, or probably for, what's this one called? Miho. I got multiple Mihos built, and with the Lume meta that is currently going on with Siege, I am trying to skill them up. They really don't need skill ups, but the extra damage does help. Now in this particular dungeon, you just need to have any monster that you want to use, as long as the sum of the stars are less than 15, or I'm sorry, 15 or less. So if you got 5 stars, they can work here. Because it's a wind dungeon, you kind of want to stay away from water monsters, except for maybe like a Theomars, because he can actually crit on the wind monsters because he has that elemental king. So your normal dungeon team will work here for the 2As. And when I say that, I say Vertihil, Fran, Lauren. It's very safe, and in this particular dungeon it works out well. It's got defense breaks, attack buff, immunity, and attack, and I'm sorry, turn cycling. Wow, I'm sorry, I'm still getting over this cold, guys, I'm sorry. So it does work. You can go ahead and use that here. If you want to go ahead and use additional monsters, you need something that's going to have a defense break and something that's going to be able to deal damage. So we go through and we take a look at some of our options here. We have built a few of the different ones. For the defense break, we can obviously use something like well, I mean, if we have the option, we can definitely use something like Akaki, we can use a Shayna. For us in particular, we're going to use Rauk, and now I have 3 Rauks built. One's on Swift, you've seen it. One's on Violet, and one is on Fatal. Now the Fatal one obviously deals the most amount of damage, and I think it actually has the least amount of accuracy. So we can actually use that. And then let's say for just overall damage, let's say that we go ahead and bring in the Kaki. So now we're running a full fire team against a full wind dungeon. So obviously it's gonna work. We already know that. The question is, will it work fast enough for us to actually get through? Again, we got turn cycling with Bird, so he's gonna actually put in a lot of work here. And to be totally honest, we want the May to die early, so that way we can bring Verd and Kaki with our team up. And at this point, it looks like it's not going to happen. We're going to make it to the boss with her, so that's fine. And then on the boss stage, we actually have the left crystal targeted first. And now the May is dead, but everybody else is going to take a lot of damage because of the defense break that crystal put up. And then here we're able to get a lot of turn cycling back up. Rauk's down, but Kaki and Vert can finish it up. So it's not bad. It's about 1:14. It's actually my new fastest time. But let's say that you don't want to use this particular team. Oh, I didn't show you guys the runes. My Akaki is on Violent Revenge, HP, Attack, Defense. And, oh yes, by the way, do keep in mind, my towers are fully maxed. And then the Rauk is on Attack, Crit Damage, Attack. I'm sure I've shown this Rauk before. I have used it in multiple videos. Well, let's say we don't want that. Let's say that we want to go ahead and, you know, say that we want to use some of the other things that we have built. So let's say that you pulled a Shayna, because Shayna's always good, right? Let's see, where is my Shayna? I could have sworn I had one. I know I have one. I got a couple. There we go. And then let's say Garo. So in this particular instance, it doesn't really matter that May's fired, but we'll go with the Garo lead because he makes everybody faster, with the exception of the monster that you're trying to farm up. Maybe you're trying to farm up a light martial cat for some reason. In this case, Garo's on Vampire, Shayna's on Attack, Destroy. I've shown her runes before, and she is pretty quick, but she is also the squishiest of all the monsters. And her AI is actually not the greatest. You'll see that she tends to not use her skill 2 a lot. But when she does use it, it helps us out because of the fact that it's gonna have everybody, it's gonna stun up a lot of the team. So here we're down, but at this point it really doesn't matter because they won't be able to kill the Garo. The Garo's on Vampire, so he'll be able to sustain himself back up. And also there's not enough damage coming from their double hit. I think Naomi just doesn't put out that much damage. We don't have debuffs on us to give her the extra crit rate. It's a safe team. It is kind of slow, but it is safe. It gets you there. And again, not super slow. It's 118. And again, I'm sorry I didn't show it the first time around. So Garo's runes are speed, crit damage, and attack. Garo has been runed for a long time. A lot of his runes can be upgraded. They should be upgraded. His artifacts has counterattack damage, which he doesn't have revenge runes on anymore. Skill 1 crit damage, which again, no revenge runes, so loses a little bit there. Counterattack damage again. Can you guys tell what ace I'm on? And then the Shayna you guys have seen before. Speed, crit damage, attack. 1, 3, and 5 look like that. And her artifacts haven't changed since the last time you saw her. And then if we go ahead and take that out, like I said, your original team, I claim this to be the original team because it works in all of Karzan. This is my Lauren. Speed, attack, attack. I finally did get around to maxing out her 3, 4, and 5 runes. I still haven't touched her artifacts though, so you know, that's still coming. And here's the Fran. The Fran does not need to be this fast. She can be on Swift, or if you want to slow her down by about 50 speed, that's fine as well. And here's her artifacts. She has not been changed, but this team also works as well. And it comes out decently well. It does take a little longer. It is a little bit safer, but in all reality, like I said, we kind of want May to die. If May dies, it speeds up the runs a little bit. If you are not gonna, if you want to have some additional stats on your monster, you can also either have whatever, I want to call them team runes. I know that there's a name for them, like, you know, like the fight, the determination, the tolerance, the accuracy ones. You can have some additional sets laying around from World Boss or from just low level runes that you got out of the Rift dungeons, and you can throw them on your farming monsters. That does actually give your other monsters the stats even if they die. So like let's say you're a little bit squishy, you can put on either determination runes or enhance. If you're missing a little bit of accuracy, you can put on the focus runes. If you need a little bit more damage, you can put on the fight runes. And like I said, it doesn't matter. If the monster dies, you get to keep the stat bonus. And just as I said, this team works well. It's about 1 minute and 20 seconds. So as you can see, they're all about 1 minute and 15 minutes and 20 seconds. But this will allow you to farm up the monsters that you need in order to get your two-way monsters going. Like I said, I use Naomi in my Giants team, and she sits there still until I find something better to replace her with. And I use Miho in Siege content. So, there's a reason to build them, and there's a reason to build the skill ups for them. And I think if you can, you should. Anyway, you guys have a good one. I'll see you in the next one.